Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing my 22 and 23 weeks pregnancy update, and I think I should start doing these, or at least try to do them every single week, because I do them every 2 weeks and they turn out to be so long because I have so much to talk to you about. So I'm going to start with the most exciting one. I think we had the anatomy scan this week. Actually, we had the anatomy scan today. I just got back a few hours ago. I had my anatomy scan a little bit late. I think most people usually have them at 20 weeks, but I guess my doctor just decided to do it this way. So yeah, so before going into the anatomy scan, I was really anxious actually, and all day yesterday I was quite anxious knowing that it's coming up, because I feel like the anatomy scan is quite a huge deal, or at least that's how I made it up to be in my head, and I probably shouldn't have because it wasn't really that scary or anything. But yeah, I feel like you inevitably stress about a few or a lot of things during your pregnancy. So yeah, I was quite anxious yesterday and I couldn't wait for it to be over just so that I knew everything was fine. And she measured everything looks fine. The baby has all the important organs, and it was a very reassuring experience. So yeah, I really enjoyed the scan. I really enjoyed seeing the baby on the monitor, and he was actually moving quite a lot. He was moving his hands like around his face, and then his legs were actually like straight. I thought they would be like bent over, like he would be curled up in a ball, but he actually wasn't. His legs were straight out, which was really weird. I didn't even know they could do that in there, but she said it's because he's still quite small, so he has a lot of room in there, but once he gets bigger he probably won't be able to do that anymore. So yeah, enjoy all the stretching, because you're probably not gonna be able to do that for long. And apparently the upstairs neighbors just decided to move around their whole furniture, so please excuse if you can hear all the noise. But yeah, so the baby weighs about 570 grams, and we got some cute pictures. I'm gonna show you a close-up, but these are actually 4D ones, and we didn't really ask for a 4D scan or anything like that, but I guess she just did that as part of the anatomy scan. And I think he looks so cute. I think he has such a cute little nose and cheeks, and yeah, I just think he's so adorable. And to be honest, before I got pregnant, when I would see these ultrasound scans, I never really thought they were particularly cute or anything like that. I mean, I didn't really appreciate them that much, but now that I am seeing my own babies, they're just so special to me. And now that I know what it feels like to get pictures of your baby, I'm probably gonna be more excited when other people show me theirs as well. I am still feeling the baby kick a lot. I feel him every single day, multiple times a day. I feel him in the morning, and I think it's usually after I eat. He probably gets a little burst of energy or something and he gets really active, but it's quite random throughout the day, and I feel him pretty much every single day, so that's really nice because I know that he's fine. One symptom that I've had this week, which was actually quite scary, I'm not gonna lie, was Braxton Hicks contractions. To be honest, I kind of knew what they were. I mean, I've heard of them, and I always assumed that they would come at the end of the pregnancy, like at the end of your 3rd trimester, and I didn't expect to feel them this soon. It actually started a couple of nights ago, and I just started feeling my stomach go really hard and kind of tighten up around the baby, and I could also see the baby's shape a lot more, if that makes sense. Like I could see where he was, and it was so weird, and it only lasted like a few seconds and then it went away, but it just felt so weird. It wasn't painful at all, it was just a little bit uncomfortable. I didn't really know that that's how Braxton Hicks contractions feel like. I mean, obviously I've never had them before. I think it happened a couple of times that night, and then the next day I also had them once at noon and then once I think in the evening or something. And it was just so scary because I didn't know if they were Braxton Hicks contractions or if they were something else, and I was a little bit concerned. I was actually contemplating calling my doctor's office and asking if I should come in, but I kind of assumed it wasn't anything because I could still feel the baby moving, so I knew he was fine. And I only had like a couple of those contractions and then they went away. So yeah, I think one of the nights I was quite dehydrated, and that's probably why they came along, because I had just had quite a busy day and we walked a lot, and I don't feel like I drank enough water, so that was probably why the contractions started. And yeah, I was quite anxious about that, but I decided not to go in because I was having this anatomy scan the next day, so I felt like it was pointless to go in. Yeah, so I asked my doctor and she said it's definitely Braxton Hicks. She said I should not worry about that at all. She said it's really common for them to start, and I think starting from the middle of your pregnancy, like at 20 weeks, they can come along at any time, and I didn't know that. I just assumed that they would come at the end of your pregnancy. But she said that your body is kind of preparing for giving birth and it's practicing, like contracting the muscles and everything. So yeah, I guess it's not a bad thing, but it was also quite a bit scary. But now that I know what they are and that it's perfectly safe, yeah, I think I'm gonna be fine. And yeah, I just left the doctor's office feeling really good and reassured. Yeah, I really love that about my doctor. She always makes me feel really reassured about any questions or concerns that I might have, so that's really good. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is my hip pain. So basically my hip pain almost went away, which is really weird because I haven't done anything different. I was gonna do some stretching exercises, but I didn't end up doing them for some reason, and I feel like I've been sleeping the same way with my pregnancy pillow or just a few pillows around me and between my knees. So yeah, I'm not really sure why, but they're pretty much gone. I can still feel them sometimes, especially when I wake up in the morning or during the night, but they're not really as bad as they used to be. And yeah, I'm not really sure why, but they've improved a lot, and I think maybe that was kind of like a growth spurt for me. Maybe my hips were kind of stretching out, making room for the baby or something. So yeah, I'm not really sure about that, but it's a lot better now, so I'm not gonna complain about that. Another thing that I've noticed about my belly is that sometimes when I wake up in the morning, if I slept on one side and I kind of turn on my back, I can see that the baby is right here or on the other side, depending on how I slept, and I can see that it's like a little lump in my belly, so it's not perfectly round, and it goes away really fast. But I think it's probably because he kind of leans to that side while I sleep. So yeah, that's quite funny when I wake up and I have like a little lump in my belly. I've even showed my husband and he thinks it's funny, but yeah, so that's one thing that I noticed. And also I feel like even though I have more energy than in my first trimester, as I've mentioned in my previous pregnancy vlogs, I feel like I'm still quite exhausted and I get really tired from doing the simplest things. And for example, when we walk, my husband is usually quite a fast walker and I have to keep telling him, please slow down because I cannot keep up with you anymore. And I feel like I get out of breath really easily. So that's definitely a pregnancy symptom because I didn't used to be anything like this. And another symptom that I've actually had for quite a few weeks, but I don't think I've mentioned it, or maybe I have, I can't really remember, but this week I remembered to put it on the list, and it's congestion, and it's been quite annoying because I feel like I have a stuffy nose almost all the time, or maybe I get relief once in a while, but it's quite annoying, especially at night when I'm trying to sleep. During the day I'm fine, and we actually have some sort of nasal spray, but it says on the prospect that you're not supposed to use it when you're pregnant, so I haven't used that at all. I actually haven't used anything, like I haven't taken any pills or any drugs throughout my whole pregnancy, and I don't plan to unless it's really necessary. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to deal with this, but it is quite annoying. So if you do know any relief for congestion, like natural relief, then let me know. Maybe I could try some sort of steamy thing, like just on my face, not my whole body, because I know you're not supposed to sit in steamy rooms or saunas or anything like that while you're pregnant, because you shouldn't get your body temperature too high. But yeah, maybe if I just use like a pot of boiling water and inhale those steams, maybe it will help. Yeah, I'm not really sure, but let me know if you do have any tips about that. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about is something that one of you suggested. Freaking upstairs neighbors. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about is something that one of you suggested in my previous pregnancy vlog, and that's if I'm gonna go for a natural birth or a cesarean. And basically I want to go for a natural birth. I actually didn't even know that you could choose to have a C-section. I thought that was only in case there's like a medical reason for it, but apparently, at least at the hospital that I go to, you can actually choose to have one, which I'm not gonna do that. So if all goes well, I want to have a natural birth, but if there are complications, or I don't know, if my doctor says that I should have a C-section, then I will, because I mean, I'm trying not to have like a certain idea of how I want my birth to go, and I'm not even gonna make a full elaborate birth plan because I feel like you don't really know what's gonna happen in that moment. And of course I would like to have a lot of things like skin on skin after the baby is born, and ideally I will have a natural birth, but you obviously don't know what's gonna happen, so I'm trying to keep an open mind and not to go in with too many expectations. And I'm not really sure, but I think I want an epidural. I haven't really decided on it. I mean, I think I'm probably gonna decide in that moment. I will tell my doctor that I probably want to have it just so that they can have it ready in case I need it. I mean, I obviously don't know what it's gonna be like. I have never given birth before. So yeah, my plan is to have a natural birth and maybe having an epidural. I probably will, because I feel like if I'm in a lot of pain, I will probably ask for it. So yeah, I'm just gonna try to keep an open mind, because as long as I have a healthy baby at the end of it, it's just perfect. So I'm going to do my belly shot now. So this is my 23-week belly from the side and from the other side. I will hope you enjoy this, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys!